Also, by the way, I'm Trilogy. This is Just Cause 3. This is the only game I've ever speedrun, and it's the first game I've speedrun. I started in January, and it's really cool to be following up Skate for a Living. That was a great run, and I am excited to go. Okay. So 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, this part is just an auto-scroller, so this isn't really too important. We can destroy stuff that we need to destroy over there, but it doesn't actually stay destroyed. It's very unfortunate. Anyway, so this game is mostly about optimizing the intended strats, and then also a few skips. I've done some of the skips and strats myself, and then there were other people who also started speedrunning this game in January, who helped a lot. I don't know if they'll be stopping by, but people like Benevolent Life and Redemption 99 helped a lot. I certainly could not have made this route myself. I think the first time I tried to speedrun this, it was like 5 hours and 40 minutes, and now my PB is about 3 hours and 10 minutes. So it's a pretty good time. I hope you liked grappling hooks from the last game, because this game is mostly a grappling hook fest, which I love. I love grappling hooks. I love all games of grappling hooks. So anyway, this little auto-scroller is finally about to end. I usually look at Tinder while this is going on. Swipe right, swipe left. At this point in the game, we haven't done the tutorial missions where they give us new stuff yet. So the wingsuit and the advanced abilities of the tethers are not available yet. So we're still moving like we're playing Just Cause 2.
See, it's me, Mario. Whoa, amigo! I could use some help. The militia are here. Take him out.
Also, we have to kill people quickly. Yeah, this is the grapple hook block. We are live with the grappling hooks. Why are there a trillion people trying to kill each other? Because this is actually the reason is Just Cause. There is no reason. The story of this game, if you do want to know the story, is that the main character, Rico, is returning to his homeland, Medici, which is some Mediterranean nation. And it's been taken over by a dictator, and Rico's sick of the dictator, so he's going to take, free Medici from the grip of General Di Ravello. The driving physics in this game are really unpredictable, so I'm just kind of playing it a little safe here. Don't worry, there'll be more movement soon. Unfortunately, we have to drive this truck, so believe me, I have looked for ways to get around this driving sequence, because driving isn't too great in this game. Alright, so now the next part is going to be what's going to happen a lot in this game, which is we have to destroy waves of enemies. And destroying those enemies as soon as possible is really important. Also, pardon my mouse sounds. This is a console port, and so one of the things they do with ports is they seem to make the vehicle controls really sluggish. So I just kind of do this. I probably could increase my sensitivity to a medium. Oh, did I really miss that guy? Yeah, get out of here, punk. Oh. Wait. Oh. Well, that's a fault. So normally the allies would be shooting at that guy, and I would have killed him because I noticed they were shooting, but that's a little mistake.
Just sprint down at the farm.
Cutscene skips in this game are really arduous because you have to open a menu and then hit skip. Oh, really? Interesting. I wonder if that's actually quicker. Somehow I feel like Mario driving would not be quicker. but thank you for telling me that. That's interesting. Anyway, the fastest way to fly helicopters in this game is to fly sideways. So get used to this. It's going to happen a lot, especially for the first hour of the run. We don't need to see where we're going in a helicopter. This isn't dangerous at all. And again, we have to clear waves of enemies. So one of the things we're going to do a lot in this game is when these trucks are coming in, we want to pop their tires. Doing that causes the truck to flip and instantly kill all the enemies in the game. I mean, in the game. That would be great. In the truck. Ideally, I managed to kill the helicopter pilot before blowing up the helicopter. Yep, there we go. Alright, so now we're finally going to get to learn a bit more about how our stuff is getting upgraded. So, compared to Just Cause 2, Just Cause 3 allows you to grapple. You know, it allows you to do the same thing in Just Cause 2, where you take one end of a tether and tie it to something else. But in Just Cause 2, you had to provide the force using that something else. In this game, you can just cause the two objects to fly towards each other by retracting the tethers. This is a good time. Everyone loves doing this. Alright, so here I'm going to use 4 tethers to blow up this whole base.
That did it. I'm going in.
And now we're finally going to get the wingsuit. The wingsuit is my favorite thing in this game. I don't know what that was blowing up, but it happened. Just cause. And we're also going to get the planted explosives, which are also our friends, because we have infinite of them, so we don't have to go find them.
I'm heading to a vantage point now. Ready for the convoy.
So now we're waiting for a convoy to come over here before we can actually blow up the bombs that we just set. Wow. Oh man. That's rough.
Tiravello's military won't know what hit them.
So next, we're going to sabotage. The game's going to teach us how to hack SAM sites. Hacking in this game involves pressing one button and then making it look like we're doing things in the computer. This is also how I hack in real life.
The battery's under our control. Move to the other side. Hurry!
No man, look, you can't limit me to how many times I say just cause in this game. Yeah, these physics are a good time. So these helicopters are scripted, and because they're scripted, they don't actually respond to you doing things like this. They just let you, like normally you would get a wanted level for doing this, but these helicopters do not give a damn. And then also what's important here is that destroying these helicopters causes the next line of dialogue to happen.
And thank you for being test subject. Okay, bye-bye. Come in. Rico, hello. It's me, Mario. Mario Frico.
So we're going to stash this over here for a second, and then go to the end point of the mission.
You must come over. Over.
Alright, so now we're gonna do the first liberation of the game. You know, Just Cause 2 had chaos points that you had to do to unlock missions, and in this game you have to liberate certain areas. And liberating certain areas involves destroying outposts and bases. So this is a base here that we're going to destroy. Outposts are smaller bases. And then we're also going to liberate a town in a little bit. So anyway, as you can probably tell, infinite rockets is kind of the way to go when we want to destroy bases.
Reports of hostiles in the area. 4 units respond.
Alright, so now I'm going to do something that might be unreliable. I'm going to try and park this helicopter over in this field. If I were grinding for like resets, I would probably keep doing it until I got this to stay here. The remaining objective in the base is difficult to get in a helicopter, so I just do it on foot.
Hit the second one before the system resets. I did it. The turbine's vulnerable now.
So I gotta destroy these by opening the doors. Oh. So the only problem with grappling this game is that sometimes it just grapples things in the foreground and you get wrecked. Oh. A note about these weapon lockers. The weapon lockers have RNG. Sometimes they have different types of heavy weapons. Here we got the best combination. The best combination is 2 rocket launchers. It's also possible to get... See, that's a bad example of what I don't want to happen. It's also possible to get grenade launchers in those weapon lockers on this base. But we got rocket launchers, which is good, because rocket launchers do this. That's what we want. Alright, let's see if we won the lottery. Oh, I think we did. Okay. This is good. I've actually changed spots several times and trying to figure out a spot that'll make this stay. Keeping this helicopter for the next part is very useful. Yo, Gravity doesn't know what's going on in this game. Gravity is an unjust cause. So again, sideways flying is faster. That's how you do. Alright, so this is a town. Liberating towns is a little different. Just some kind of different objectives that you have to do. One of the other things that's different is that towns usually have police stations. In order to liberate a police station, you have to cause havoc, which just means killing people and blowing stuff up within the base. Again, having infinite rocket launchers makes this a pretty good time. The other thing that we also need to do is that we need to raise these gates. To raise the gates, you don't actually need to press the button. You can just go over and hook them. Oh no! Uh-oh. Okay. That is not supposed to happen. That actually hasn't happened before. Hooray! Speedrunning marathons!
That's it. I'll raise the flag.
Alright.
As part of our beloved General Di Ravello's
So anyway, that was pretty good.
he decided to raise Visa Electra and...
Alright, so now we're back to missions.
It's just some routine, controlled demolitions. Nothing to be concerned with. Like the fact that some armed man just took away my cell phone.
So this mission is the tutorial mission for garages and Rebel Drops. Rebel Drop is a feature in the game where you can select weapons or vehicles from a menu, and you'll get them dropped off to you.
Our garage is always on docks.
So the way this tutorial mission works, though, is that they want us to go drive this slow-ass scooter. And I really hate driving this scooter. So what we do instead is that we use a helicopter to tow the scooter.
I don't know, Rico. You're the one with the crazy grappling hook. You'll figure it out. True. My point is, you
Yeah, I was gonna say, what are they gonna say after 20XX? Are they gonna say something else? I would really love to know. Now, speedrunning is gonna become illegal by 2099. Alright, so anyway, what we're gonna do is we're going to hook that up there.
Don't worry about it, Rico. No one will miss it.
Alright, so anyway, this is way faster.
Go ahead.
This is just like driving a scooter. I mean, this is usually what I do instead of driving a scooter in real life.
Then why am I doing this? I'm the equipment guy for the rebellion.
So there's two strategies you can take for how to end this mission. One is to just slam the scooter into the garage pad and watch it blow up and get a checkpoint. Or you can do what I do, which is I try to gently land the scooter and the helicopter. And in doing so, you can just use this helicopter to immediately start flying to the next mission, which is desirable. Alright, so we're gonna...
Welcome back, Rico. Just park the bike right on the blue painted area.
Alright, so we're gonna get out, and then we have to get these beacons.
Well, you get them?
Oh, Happy Squid, if you think this strat is good, there's a better version that's about to happen real soon, that I'm real proud of. Okay, so anyway, we don't care, we do not care.
Yes.
Bye.
So, throw the beacon to a spot with enough space to take off and land and everything.
Okay. Anyway, we're gonna start flying to the next mission.
Not bad, Mario.
Oh my god, please no. Anything with that, knackers.
Just use the app. But we can only supply what you can find, so get
Alright, yeah, I was gonna say, I should not slam into that wall. That would be no bueno. When I'm in helicopters and I end missions or liberate areas, I will not mash spacebar through that animation, because spacebar is a button that makes you get out of helicopters. And I've done that too many times during runs to mash it.
I should have figured you'd survive. What do you need?
So anyway, we're sideways flying, or flyways sighing, as I was about to say, because I can't do words.
I thought you and your pal would like to know.
Right, so the next mission is going to be sort of the upgraded version of what that mission just was, which is there's going to be another. Instead of driving something from point A to point B, we're supposed to be escorting something from point A to point B. But instead of escorting, we're going to help the process along. Also, sometimes in this game we go too fast, and then, oh, there we go, and then the game doesn't load things in. Also, they make me skip 3 cutscenes here. One, 2, 3. Okay. Alright, so anyway, I guess more destroying waves of enemies. Oh. So, a bad habit of mine when I'm playing this game is that I will not wait for the animation where Rico changes weapons, and I will just immediately fire with the weapon that he has out. So that's an example of you should make sure that you actually have the correct weapon out. Anyway, here we go. We're actually gonna do this right this time. Ah, got the right weapon out. Welcome to first grade. Alright. Alright, anyway, now that we're done with that detour. So I'm going to try for a really hard little thing here where you can blow up this plane. Ah, I missed. Alright. Anyway, that plane's dropping paratroopers. And you can prevent them from spawning by blowing up the plane. That one's really hard to get. There's one later in the run that I should be able to get pretty reliably.
Where are the others?
This weapons locker always spawns the same set of weapons, which is great because it has some of my favorite weapons. Alright, so as I mentioned earlier, this section is a escort mission. A truck's... oh, wait. Okay. Well, that's never happened before. This truck is going to take Mario, and ordinarily, like an intended strat would be sitting on top of the truck. But what we're going to do is take this helicopter.
Target is fleeing. Engage.
And I think you can all guess what's about to happen. So you gotta be real careful to pin this one in the center, because this helicopter is much weaker than the one we used before, and this truck is much heavier than the scooter that we lifted before. There is no sideways flying right now, because if we sideways fly, the tether is not strong enough to keep the truck attached to the helicopter. And obviously, if we drop the truck from this height, the truck would instantly blow up and we'd have to restart the last checkpoint. So, in order to complete the mission in this manner, what you have to do is you have to trigger a checkpoint right at the end of this bridge. And in order to do that, we have to kind of swing the truck between these two light posts. No. Come. Alright, so anyway, I missed it. Ideally, you want to, you know, have this go through while you're just kind of swinging through. There we go. Okay, now I got it. Obviously, I was not low enough to the ground, so that was a problem. But we got it. You need to keep the truck low to the ground in order to get that checkpoint. What's also great about this, too, is that the ending cutscene of the mission is going to make it look like they drove there. Which is something I'm always pleased about. I can take credit for figuring out this strat, too, which is another reason why I'm particularly proud of it. Yep, there we go. Okay. Sometimes the helicopter I flew in will survive, but clearly it didn't. Anyway, though, the helicopter that was chasing me it does survive, and it's my best friend because I'm going to take it to go to the next mission.
Reports of violence in the area. All units converge.
So we got another good sideways fly here. There's not too many more of these in this game. Oh wait, that's a lie. We're going to get fast travel soon, and fast travel will cut down on the amount of this that we do. There will be a little bit more flying after this, but not too much. Unfortunately, this is also the slowest helicopter in the game.
I feel so stupid. You showed up and I thought, well... Costa del Porto was a loss. We lost, but we'll regroup. Are you at the cove?
Don't, dear self, don't crash into mountains. Yeah, okay.
We're hiding out. Dima's here. She wants to talk with you.
Also, some notes. If you want to speedrun this game yourself, you get the better RTA timing when you set Steam to offline mode, and you should also run it without any DLC installed, unless, of course, you're trying to do a DLC-specific speedrun, which I don't think anyone's done yet, but I'm thinking about it. But anyway, yeah, so Steam offline mode, and no DLC installed, and the game will run faster. Also, I really love making that helicopter explode during that cutscene. Yeah, I'm so... I imagine there's a lot of people out there that are struggling to stay awake, and I understand that. I respect that game. I have definitely slept very little. I work full-time and go to law school part-time, and somehow I've managed to fit in speedrunning this game, much to the detriment of my sanity. But I'm here, so we're good. I'm sure other people also have similarly busy schedules, not to make me sound particularly daunting. Anyway, we're about to get fast travel. Fast travel is great. Fast travel allows us to instantly warp to places. Also, fast travel has a really cool property in that a fast travel flare is not consumed when you fast travel from a place that you have already liberated. So any of those places on the map that are highlighted blue, we will not consume a fast travel flare. Alright, it's time for the riskiest part of the run. This is definitely the part that is probably the cause of the most resetting for people who run Just Cause 3 in general. There are 3 parts to the game. Each part requires a certain set of liberations. We have just warped to the 3rd part of the game. And the 3rd part of the game requires liberating Falco Maxime. Falco Maxime has this crazy nuclear launcher thing that really is... Oh. Alright, yeah, that's physics. Alright, physics. Yeah, okay. Anyway, so there's a way to sabotage this, which is pretty great. Alright, we're gonna wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Oh, yeah, okay. Oh boy, here we go. Let's go. Alright, this helicopter has an invincibility shield that lasts for a temporary period of time. It's great. Also has infinite rocket launchers. I recommend it. Okay, right. This tank is going to be a problem if I let it stick around. Alright, where's that tank? I really don't want that tank to be around. Alright. Anyway. So anyway, we're going to blow up this base. It's going to be a good time. Alright, thanks for hanging out, Phantom.
Here comes the cavalry. These guys never learn.
Alright, so one of the dangerous things here is you do not want to fly into a helicopter with your rotor blades. It will instantly blow up the helicopter. And that will be a bad thing. There are also helicopters above me, which I'm sort of ignoring. Oh, is that another tank? I feel like I'm getting shot by another tank. Alright. So we're staying... The reason I'm staying in this area while blowing up the base is because if we move from this area, my tethers will despawn. And if my tethers despawn, then the nuke will be able to shoot me again. And that will be, you know, bad. Alright, so we're finally pretty much free to move here. Alright, wait. Okay, yeah, we're good. Alright, I think we're good. Yeah, okay, we're pretty good. Alright, so now we're ready to go. My helicopter's got a little smoke on it, but I think that's okay. We should be able to get through this pretty well. So what we're going to do is try and get this helicopter as far as we can. We will have an opportunity to get another invincibility helicopter. So we're going to go to the province of Montana, where there's 1 base and 2 guard posts. And we're going to blow it up. Surprise. Copy that. should be okay. Yep, alright, we got that.
Immediately.
Boy. Alright. So this helicopter's taking a beating, but...
Chopper support to contact.
So these excavators, you have to destroy these little, like, nubs on the side, as well as this main crane. I think I got it. Yeah, got it. Okay. Also, if there's a lot of beeping, it's because that train has, like, the world's most serious rocket launcher on it. And fires all the rockets. Oh, that might be... Okay. We're good! Nope. Okay. Since I want to play this safe, my preference is going to be to wait until I can get the invincibility shield back, rather than play it dangerously. Alright, that should be... There we go. Okay. So that's a big worry out of the way.
Aerial strike team inbound. I'll shoot them down. Powers out.
Okay. Alright, we're out. So that's fine, because we have destroyed a lot of the stuff that's hard to destroy. And so what we're going to do is destroy some of the stuff that's easy to destroy. When we do enough of that, what's going to happen is that the commander of the base will appear, and the commander of the base has an invincibility chopper, which we're going to politely borrow.
Air support strike for me. Can you prep their arrival?
Okay, so it's really important to go to the commander right away, because if you wait and then go over to him, you run the risk of the other helicopters shooting you off him while you're trying to hijack him, which might actually happen right now. Oh boy, I got the slow animation. Alright, we're good.
Choppers are ready to go. Can everyone set?
Alright. Very good. So that was about average. I mean, obviously the ideal is that you don't need to do anything on foot, but, you know, that's usually not going to happen. Usually a few shots are going to be good taking.
Additional support has been approved. Should reach your location shortly.
So again, the reason that we're doing this liberation is because some of the missions in the third part of the game require a certain number of liberations to be done. Specifically, it requires 3 provinces. So now we've just finished the second province, Montana, and we're going to liberate one more province in the third part of the game.
Hi there, citizens. A quick
Which again, we'll do with the assistance of this helicopter.
behavior in the workplace. The general had to completely shut down.
This last province that we're going to destroy requires destroying 5 outposts. Outposts, again, are the really tiny bases. So we just have to kind of fly past and, you know, shoot some missiles, have some fun, you know, live your life.
I'll carry on. Viva Medici.
So again, when you sideways fly like this, you can get a good, 30% speed boost, which is always nice. That's outpost 1. Again, here I'm pressing these kind of slow. I guess if I were to be real cool, I would know how many presses, but I'm just gonna play it safe. Because if I press space when I came out of those prompts, I would just jump out of the helicopter. That would be a problem. Do I have a YouTube channel? I don't really have a YouTube channel. I've uploaded my current personal best that I put on the leaderboard, the speedrun.com leaderboards. I have that uploaded to a YouTube account, but there isn't really anything else on it. I mean, to be honest, I've mostly been doing Let's Plays for years. I have a Let's Play JRPG account. I mean, I know everyone wants to watch Let's Plays of JRPGs, so... Right? Right, guys? Nah. So this is one of the 2 oil rigs that we need to destroy. One of the difficult parts of this is obviously you need to make sure that you get the fuel tanks that are underneath the platform, which are kind of difficult to get to. So then there are 3 more outposts. You get a little faster when you ascend and do the sideways flying. So this is obviously a good place to do that because I'm coming up from sea level towards this outpost. The only real downside to this helicopter is that it is quite inaccurate compared to some of the other helicopters in terms of how the rockets go. That was actually a lucky shot on my part because I almost crashed into that guy, and that would be bad. Yeah, I mean, sometimes, you come back home, someone's ruined it, and you have to destroy everything in 3.5 hours. My PB for this game is like 3:10:59. But this game is prone to crashing. Okay, we're good. So that's the reason why I said it is 3.5 hours. I shouldn't say it's prone to crashing, but it does like to give me heart attacks. Alright, so we got 1 more outpost, which is an oil rig here. Alright, so once I finish up this, we'll actually have pretty much done all of the liberations for the 3rd part of the game. So that means like the last hour of the game really is just going to be playing missions, because we'll have done a lot of this already. Alright, so we're actually going to get out of this right now. Oh my god, that's a lot of Francousies. Anyway, the fastest way to get rid of the police is to murder yourself. Please don't try that at home. Really, please. So anyway, that means we can fast travel back to here. And so this is the main base of the first part of the game. So that means we're going to get this liberation out of the way before we continue doing missions. This is much easier because instead of dealing with that crazy nuclear weapon, we just have to deal with an airstrike that is very easy to avoid. That was a little sloppy, but we got it. Alright, so anyway, we can take care of that tower, and then we just need to, again, blow up stuff. Thankfully, most of this stuff can be easily blown up with a machine gun, which is very useful.
Bring in the thick kid.
That last transformer around the corner here. Alright, so then we're ready to go. So now we're ready to get back to missions. The next mission involves really just avoiding, using some little skips to avoid the police. Also, note, if you are in parachute mode, you do not take collision damage. No way, no how. So if you're about to hit something, you can pretty much just pull the ripcord, and you will be A-okay. When you are wingsuiting, it generally is favorable to wingsuit close to the ground as possible. You do get a speed bonus from doing that. Sometimes you just hit lampposts. Oh yeah, no, this is, if I could wingsuit in real life like this, I'd 100% do that.
What's the scanner look like?
Anyway, we're supposed to be looking for a scanner. The scanner's always in the same place, so whatever, we just go to it. Surprise, we found it. Also, yes, that is David Tennant. David Tennant is in this game. And I still cannot remember that this is an unskippable cutscene. Try as I might. So what we're going to do now is we got to go take this little doodad over to that yellow marker.
We really need to talk about your design.
And going over to that marker is problematic because ordinarily we would get seen going over there, and we would get 3 stars of heat. And then to get to the next objective after that, we have to get rid of our heat level. A much better solution to this is just to avoid getting heat altogether. And so there's a little setup that I have for doing this, where we just kind of wingsuit out from here, and once we get a little over 400 meters here, usually we will get a checkpoint, and yeah, we got it. Okay, so now we won't get heat no matter what we do. So we'll be set for this part of the mission. Also, we just slam our face. Ah, yeah. Okay, that's how you complete the mission. Alright, so anyway, now that we have no heat, we can just immediately go to the endpoint of the mission. Otherwise, we would have to spend time getting rid of the heat. And getting rid of heat is no fun in this game.
Oh, I know.
Damn. Is that Taffer? Taffer. I can read. There actually is a DLC in which they give you a jetpack instead of this wingsuit. So they did make a jetpack for this game. Actually, it's pretty cool. That's the Sky Fortress DLC. And that is how you show up for lunch. This game has like 20 minutes of load times throughout it. It is probably the least favorable part of running this game. Alright, so now we're going to do more Liberation, actually. We're going to do Liberation, the last province that we need to liberate for the first part of the game.
One of the Ravelo scientists may be defecting.
Ah, good news. Finally. Meet me
so I'm going to liberate the province of Lavanda. There has been a few people who have suggested to me that liberating the northeast province of the first area of the game might be faster. It seems risky to me, so I've considered it, but Lavanda is the more proven strat at this point, so I'm just been sticking with that. One of the things that makes Lavanda easier is that the two towns are fairly small, and the military base is fairly manageable, whereas Plagia's military base is huge. Load the gun. Fire the bullets. I hate it when that happens. So anyway, I got bad spawns there. Normally I could get like a machine gun and a rocket launcher, and it's pretty cool, but they gave me garbage. So I just have to do this the slow way. Oh boy. Oh no, do not want. Okay, thanks, buddy. Yeah, those giant tanks of flammable stuff will kill you. Alright, so I'm just avoiding right now, just so I can regen health. Alright, there we go. Oh. Ow. Ow. Don't land on me. That's rude. Alright. Only professionals here, ladies and gentlemen. Only professionals. Oh, I missed. Wow, nice body block. Pick up some more ammo. Yeah, this game is definitely not about finding cover, that's for sure. Anyway, so we're almost done with this military base. You can tell this is mostly just cover everything and blow stuff up, kill this guy, you know, live your life. Alright, so that's the military base. Now we have 2 more towns and an outpost that we're going to destroy, and then we will be done with liberations, actually for a pretty good while. Because we'll have effectively finished the liberations for the first and third part of the games. Liberations make up about an hour of the run, and then the other 2 hours is missions. Yeah, red, I would not, if you lived in Medici, I would not paint anything red. Just, you know, just saying, no particular reason, saying that you shouldn't paint your buildings red, just cause. Alright, is that a missile chopper? Oh hey, here buddy. I just bumped into that chopper and caused it to move. That's physics for you. Anyway, this is kind of useful because this allows me to accelerate this process. Okay, anyway. Bye, chopper. So this is hacking again. How many Just Cause jokes can I make during this run? I don't know, man. I really don't know. We'll just have to find out together. Alright, so, okay, again, towns you finish off by... a note about... So one of the things that I've been doing in my movement is that both the parachute and both the parachute and the grapple, when you're tethering in, both of those can be cancelled. When you cancel them, it puts you in a state of controlled falling. Controlled falling is pretty much the best state in the game. It has the shortest animation for landing on the ground.
Happy to be able to tell you that a Latwina.
So this town is the only time in the game where we're going to deal with these sensors. Sensors you cannot deactivate, monitors. You can't deactivate monitors when you have heat. So obviously if you're blowing up other stuff in town, you wouldn't be able to... Okay. So sometimes I'm mashing E in an attempt to press this button, and instead Rico goes into wingsuit. And great scenes like that happen, which is, you know, regrettable, but... Anyway, canceling out of tether and parachute is pretty much a great way to live. Because you see right there, I immediately got the option to press the button. So I didn't have to wait through any animation of landing. I was just able to go and do it.
Additional reinforcements to your location. This is dispatch. Request received. Reinforcements on. Choppers are
Really?
inbound. Repeat. Choppers are inbound.
Alright. So now we just gotta finish off the police station in this town. And we'll be good to go. Where's that helicopter? Oh! Oh! Oh, wow. That's... I'm sorry. You know? Some days, man. We don't got time to look at statues face palming, man. We gotta blow up everything. Alright, so I think I should have enough cover here to get these hacks done. And then I'll just have to finish off the liberation here. Usually blowing up vehicles is a good way to go. You get a lot of points from that. And then obviously you can also just shoot guys. Alright. So we'll throw the flag on this, then we got one outpost, and then we'll be back to missions.
Understood. We are providing additional manpower at your location.
Again, there, using the controlled fall allows you to immediately activate the whatever it is you need to activate. Okay, so there we go. Hooray. So we're going to refill on the, whatever ammo we can get here. And then we will fast travel over to this point. Whenever you're fast traveling, if you have the option to fast travel to a challenge, which are those green markers, when you fast travel to those, it immediately puts you on the ground next to the challenge. This is obviously better than when you fast travel to towns and it forces you to watch, forces you to drop out of the helicopter and fly all the way down, because that takes time. So this mission is another escort mission. I know, right? Why is there so many escort missions in this game? And what this involves is, what the game wants us to do is that we're going to take Mario over to this place where this guy, Xeno, is. And Xeno's going to fly a helicopter, and Mario's going to drive this Jeep. But instead of doing the intended strat, a GTA speedrunner, PocdTRILOGY, told me about a skip in this mission, which I love because this mission is both kind of boring and also things are prone to going wrong.
Dima said this guy is valuable. Let's not let him die.
Do you know why he's defecting?
I've definitely had lots of runs lose time or otherwise just die when doing the intended strats on this mission. So the skip, which we'll show in a second, makes life much better. It's also possible to mess up the skip, of course, but... Yo, it's high noon. Can't escape the Overwatch memes. Let's go. I wish it was that spectacle. That would be great. Okay, so what we're going to do here, instead of following Mario and Xeno, what we're going to do is, at certain points during this mission, there are SAM sites that we need to blow up in order to proceed. But for whatever reason, this little timer, this timer resets when we get to the SAM site, so which is pretty great. You know, I'm a big fan of this. So as you can probably guess, what this means is that we can go to the two SAM sites that we need to blow up, you know, within the 20-second timer.
Heads up. There's another SAM. We're clear.
And then we can go to the end of the mission. And it will accept us. It will say, yes, you have done valid things with your life, even though we really haven't.
Come on, Doc. You're in a chopper. What is the holdup?
Usually there are two Jeeps that show up here. But okay, there we go.
I'm
Anyway, so that's the mission.
You're in a chopper. What is the...
Hey, what a great skip. Yeah, no escort, best escort is correct. Unfortunately, that's the last escort mission that we can really significantly skip in the game. The other ones we're going to sort of be doing as intended. So this is the first of 3 missions in the game where we're supposed to be disabling the super weapon that was protecting the main base in that part of the game. And so here we're going to be disabling that airstrike weapon, even though we already liberated the place that the airstrike was protecting. There's a few things that can go wrong here. I always just fly through these trees because I like throwing caution to the wind, but I usually slam my face into them. And then also, we have to dispatch a wave of enemies up here, and I am uniquely talented in messing it up.
Destroying the command nodes will disable missiles protecting Chimaleon. We'll be able to access base and hack military command console.
No more pipes. But there are bolts here.
Alright, so one of the things that really I dislike is that, oh wow. Okay, well that worked out. Usually it's really hard to tether onto the top of those boats, so I usually don't try that, but it worked. Also, always dive into water. It's the fastest way to go.
We'll have gate open for you. There, you're in.
Man, wingsuiting into water would probably break most of your bones. I mean, probably not, but, you know, maybe. So again, what we do at the tether there is we cancel wingsuit into the water, and that allows us to dive underneath very quickly. Oh, wow. Oh, wait. No. Okay. So this is really good RNG. I usually don't get rocket launcher here. Rocket launcher is, at this point in the game, the quickest way to blow up these 3 generators in this room.
And here we go.
What? Rico, your ankle's fine.
FOW has been disabled. Rebellion is regranted.
Anyway, in case you were wondering if you can wingsuit straight up into the air, the answer is definitely yes. Try it at home.
We need to meet. Now. Up here, Tiravello has working Bavarian missile. I hope the missile code Xeno provided still work.
He had some choice words for you.
Thank you. Who needs spawns? Polo Santosi was a character. Polo Santosi was most certainly a character.
Okay, bring it.
Alright, Missile Cowboy, not in the first part of the mission, but in a little bit we'll get to see, is the first war mission of the game. There are 3 war missions, and the war missions are denoted by this bar at the top. To move that bar in the favor of the rebels, you either complete battles, which are little sort of sub-objectives, or you just blow up enemy vehicles and kill enemy dudes. I think each war has like 3 sub-objectives that you can do, 3 battles, but we never do all 3 because that would be slow. For the first and third ones, we do 2 of the battles, and then for the second one, we only do 1 of the battles. Unless something goes terribly wrong, which, I mean, you know, could. Oh. Ow, ow, ow. Okay, we're fine. We're all fine here. Ow. No, no, Rika, put that away. Alright, thank you.
Okay. Transmitter's coming up.
Alright, so I just gotta wait for a cutscene now. And then the war part of the mission will begin. This particular war mission has 2 battles. Again, they mostly involve killing waves of enemies, but it so happens, of course, that when you kill this particular wave of enemies, then you get a bonus for doing so.
We can't hold much longer.
Send me the coordinates for the heaviest fighting.
One of the important things, I know I mentioned at the beginning of the run when I got fast travel, that a fast travel flare is only consumed when it is used from an area that is not liberated. As it happens, when we went to the beginning of the Visa Electra mission, we did that for the first time in the run. And so we need to replenish our flare. As it happens, we can get flares right here, even though the game doesn't tell us that they're there. So, thank you, gas station. Right, so you see there when I eliminated that entire wave of enemies, I was able to win the battle and get a significant boost to the Rebel banner. This particular war mission kind of has a bit of RNG to it, just because, you know, as I'm flying around, you can see all these skirmishes are happening on the ground. And the outcome of those skirmishes is not predetermined, so you see right there, the Rebels have kind of lost that. Instead, the bar moved back, but you can see it's going back and forth.
But acquiring a barbarian super weapon seems a little more important than whatever the hell else you're dealing with.
So I'm gonna jack this tank in the rear of their formation. Good thing that animation's not interruptible. Yeah, unfortunately the tank reticule gets kind of interrupted by driving around, so it forces the tank to move around. Oh. Okay, well that's unfavorable. Usually I would borrow one of these tanks and finish off the mission. So for a second there I thought, is that? No, that's a friendly. So this is problematic right now because I'm not getting the right kind of mix of units. Ideally I just want enemy units so I can blow them all up. Thankfully the Rebels, sometimes the Rebels bail you out here. Yeah, there you go. The Rebels bailed me out, since I wasn't finding targets. Good work, helicopter pilot. Alright, so anyway, now the mission is just this whole cinematic experience where we go on a rocket and save the day. This is effectively sort of the end of the first third of the game. Again, the game unfortunately has a non-zero amount of load times.
But heroic gestures are my specialty.
So here we're just going to reel onto this missile because, just cause. That's really, it's not even a joke, it's more like a refrain. This is unskippable, but as soon as this happens, this is skippable. So now it's time for my least favorite mission in the game. If you've played the original Just Cause, you may remember a mission in that game where you drive a truck with crates in the back, and you have to make sure that you keep, you know, a requisite number of crates in the rear of the truck. This is the same vibe, but the truck is way more sensitive, and the game is way less tolerant of losing items. So what's going to happen is, yeah, again, we have to go over, pick up this truck full of wine barrels, and then we have to drive it to the celebration for liberating the first part of the game. You will get to hear some of the lovely, lovely dialogue that you've been otherwise missing in these cutscenes. I have tried different strats for obviating the need to do this, but again, as soon as the barrels leave the surface of the truck bed, it immediately fails. So it's not like you can grapple them to the truck bed, which I have tried.
I'm still going to kill you, Murio.
Again, you know, you want a wingsuit close to the ground.
Nico! Right there! There's a...
Wine?
Right, so you can see here, these wine barrels are not my friend. Not your friend, not anyone's friend. It's trivially easy to lose them. So mostly I just drive as intended. Because the problem is, in Just Cause 3, the way the driving physics work is that pretty much if you hit a bump in the road, you lose all control of your car.
200 years old, I won't do anything even half of that cool. As someone who has ridden a missile,
Hey, hey, hey.
let me tell you,
Aw, yeah, get out.
it's pretty cool. This is great.
Also, for whatever reason, this town is going insane right now. I guess because they're celebrating the liberation. Oh boy.
What kind of booze do
Bye.
Try not to lose any more
Alright.
wine.
That was probably a good reason to lose a drum of wine.
Booze do they put in oil drums?
Oh shit. As you can tell, I am not a fan of this. Oh boy, okay. We're all good. Yeah, this is this is really... I don't know why they would put this mission in the game. I guess it's to torture people. That's all I can think of. So much torture.
Crazy automobilistas might make us spill the vino. Relax, Mario. There's got to be 400 gallons of wine.
Yeah, sorry, if you guys voted to save the animals,
How much is that?
I
in
killed the
liters?
animals. Or at least that one.
It's a lot.
Oh man. Did you hear that? That was a gallons and liters joke. Too bad all the Europeans are probably asleep. Shoutouts to liters though. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, 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 okay. Damn it, public transit. You had one job. Okay, we're good. We're good. One time when I finished this mission, during the cutscene, right there, the truck dropped through the map and the game soft locked. And I've been forever afraid of this mission since then. Hello, Blackhawks 50. Alright, so this next mission is going to be the one and only boat mission. If you were here for Flushed Away... What do you mean Elma Goose is European? I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, who remembers Canada? Look, I'm from Jersey, so I'm tired of hearing people talk crap about my homeland. So in this mission, we're going to start out in the one type of helicopter that we haven't seen yet, which is this heavy helicopter, which also has missiles. We're going to blow up a few boats, and then we're going to get in a boat ourselves. Sure. Awesome 48. I'm really not used to having people watching my runs. This is very, very exciting for me.
Answer me, Mario. Sheldon, where's Mario?
That is an excellent bot
I would
command.
assume he's wherever those
I
reinforcements
heartily
are going.
approve.
If he
Again,
gets
sideways
out,
flying is
take
the fastest way to fly.
Not
What?
so dramatic.
But Jersey's
I'm sure you're a
great.
special little friend. We
Don't
just fine.
say mean things about Jersey.
Oh, hey,
So one of the things we're going to do here is we're going to fly
watch
low.
out for those missile batteries. Besides batteries, Sheldon, what am I heading into? At least they're making it interesting. De Ravello's
Flying low allows us to avoid the missile batteries that are otherwise spawning on those islands. Wow. Yo, we say the exact same thing about Pennsylvania. Anyway, we're blowing this stuff up. Stuff is getting blown up. Yo, I will ban you from my channel. Even if you never go to my channel. I don't have any power here, but I'll use what little power I have. Ignis Mad Axe. Jeez.
Hang in there. I'm on my way.
Alright, so one of the things that's going to happen here is that we have a wave of enemies that we need to destroy. One of the things that we can do here is there is an outpost here, and this outpost happens to be in a province that we need to take care of. So blowing this up is useful to us. And then we need to... Oh, okay, there we go, we got it. Alright. So you can see there's a same site. Oh boy. That was close. So again, bumping the helicopter blades into is a problematic thing. Okay. Unfortunately, this guy is kind of RNG. Sometimes he spawns all the way out in the middle of nowhere, and sometimes he doesn't. So you just have to deal with him and wait for him sometimes.
We got trapped between the soldiers and his mines.
Alright, if you were here for Flushed Away, this boat's going to seem really familiar because it handles almost the same way and has some of the same features. For example, if I can get in this boat. Alright, Rico. If you want to get in the boat that way, the boat jumps. The boat also has turbo. I don't know why. But this boat looks just like the boat in Flushed Away. So we can only assume that Just Cause and Flushed Away are set in the same canonical universe. So in this mission, we're just going to drive the boat to a few points, and then there's cutscenes, and then we drive the boat to an ending point where we take out a few waves of enemies. The hardest part of the mission is getting back on the boat, because getting into this boat is miserable. In fact, I think I said this before in the chat, but driving boats is not fun. It has never been fun. There are no fun boats. There's only terrible boats, with the exception of Hydro Thunder. Yep, that's how you arrive at your destination. Slam your face into a column. I know that's how I arrive at places.
Damn it! If they got this one, I don't think we'll be happy with what we find next.
Unconcerned. Next contact will not be dead.
So this turn, you know, boats don't turn well, so I just gotta gonna play this safe, some marathon safety. Oh boy. Okay, we're good. We're good. Yeah, we're good. What about the boat level and micro machine racers? I've never played that game, so you could be right. You could be right. I will not deny. Although for all I know, Micro Machine Racers is some sort of terrible meme game. Alright, so again, we're going to take out a few waves of enemies and move on with our lives.
To stay on the boat.
Where is... There we go. Hey, buddy. You want to be my friend? There we go. Where's that boat? There it is. Alright, so again, some guys will spawn. And usually I stick to this helicopter just because it's pretty good at taking out infantry. So we got two jeeps from the left and then a battleship will show up. So as soon as we blow up this battleship, the mission will end. Oh. Well, that worked. Wow, did I actually drop the helicopter on the battleship? That's pretty excellent. So there's like a 20-25 second load time here. So how are you guys doing? It's loading to a different part of the map right now, so. Mario does not ask me to go bowling. Thank God. I would be very upset. I would be super upset if that happened. You felt the load times were over, but you were wrong. Okay, so the next mission is the Act of Piracy. The Act of Piracy is where we steal a tank. So it doesn't really require any supplies. This area of operations we're going to be using sometimes to get certain supplies that we need in order to complete the missions. Yeah, Just Cause is a good reason to watch Just Cause. I can't fight that.
In there, Mario.
So this is our first. Is this our first experience with an airplane? I think it is. It's an airplane. Hooray! This isn't the fastest plane. Of course, the jet planes are faster, but we do not have access to a jet plane right now. So anyway, we're flying over to get this tank.
Get the drop on the convoy and hijack it while its shields are down.
the goal here is that we're going to aim our plane towards that column to the right of the marker, because that's about where the tank's actually going to spawn when we get over there. The ideal goal here is to hop out of the plane and step directly onto the tank.
What's your status, Rico?
Well, that wasn't quite perfect, but it was good enough. I didn't have to wait.
The Bavarian tank has been stolen. All units, retrieve the Bavarian tank from the rebels.
So in terms of strats for this mission, it might be possible to use the GTA style strats and and turn the tank around, but unfortunately the game locks your camera to the turret. I looked for an option to stop that, because if I could just turn the turret around and just keep firing, I definitely would do that.
So it will power down automatically.
Oh boy, there are a lot of buttons in here.
But we'll just have to do this kind of intended. I do not know what that tank shell hit, but that's okay.
Careful not to blow this bridge till we're across. Rico, it's our only way to get where.
Just don't drive it into the ocean.
Oh, this tank spawned. This tank hasn't spawned in a long time.
Boys, you can have your little alpha male tug of war later.
So one of the good strats here is that you want to try and get these things out of the way so you can maintain your momentum. Because tanks don't really accelerate. Oh no. Alright, well that guy didn't want me to maintain my momentum.
Between men has to do with establishing dominance, Annika. In fact, a study. Now, drive the tank.
Alright, so we're just about finished up here. I just gotta drive this tank successfully onto this boat. Yeah. Oh! Hey! Perfect parking. Alright, so again, what we're going to do here is we're going to fast travel to the challenge because that immediately puts us on the ground. And then we're also going to pick up some weapons and a fast travel flare because we're consuming a fast travel flare right now. Alright, we didn't get the weapon we wanted. So we're going to go check over here. The fast travel flare is over here anyway. So we got the fast travel flare. We're looking for a capstone hydra, which we might not be getting here. Oh, there, wait, no. Oh. I think that might have been it. Yeah, we got it. We got it. This weapon is the best weapon in the game. Alright, so this mission has a few parts. The first part of the mission is, of course, we're going to have to travel to the mission. The game makes us, again, just fly all the way out there, and we don't actually have any fast travel section close to it.
Rico, when you get there, you'll find a little toy.
Yeah, you can see it's all the way. Oh, wait, do we not actually? Oh, fast. Wait.
For you.
Oh, that's right. The game prevents us. I was just thinking, I was like, wait a second, can we actually fast travel? And fast travel is unavailable during missions, which I should have known. Lols. So, alright, anyway, there's a jet plane over here. Jet planes are great. They're fast. Sometimes you make a route and you know there are reasons for why you made that route, and then you forget what the reasons were. But it's good to check, especially in the middle of Scrubathon.
Rico, feel like telling your old pal Sheldon what's going on? You
I think the game intends for us to fly a helicopter over here, but that would be real slow, especially compared to this.
I reckon I do, old top. Where do you think they come from? Your friendly neighborhood agency, of course. Black Hand paid a mighty penny for them. And what is the Black Hand?
So my little check here is that usually I would jump out, because obviously you get a lot of momentum from this, so you just jump out here. Unfortunately, no, you do not fly the jet plane sideways, as you probably just saw. So what's going to happen here is that there is going to be, again, a few waves of enemies that we need to kill.
Distraction should draw them out right about now.
The game intends for us to use the sniper rifle to destroy the enemies, but that's real slow, so we're not going to do that.
Right on cue. Time to see what you got, Rico. Take them out.
Unfortunately, these units are kind of on a timer, so even if I had blown that one up a few seconds sooner, it's not going to stop me from waiting. So we're just going to admire Rico. When the red triangles appear, I'll go blow them up, but we're stuck here because the game... Oh, here we go. Next, the helicopter is going to spawn. Again, the game doesn't like it when you see a unit pop into existence, which is one of the reasons I'm facing away, because it will make them. It might prevent them from spawning if I'm not facing away. Yeah, Rico Suave is the fresh maker. Let's not joke about Rico Suave. So, one of the things I just mentioned, if you look at where an enemy is going to spawn, it'll prevent them from spawning. If you're physically proximate to where an enemy is going to spawn, it will also prevent them from spawning. That last wave of enemies should have had 2 jeeps, but because I was standing close to where one of the jeep spawns was, it prevented that jeep from spawning, and then when I killed the other one, it allowed the game to proceed, because I had eliminated, it had checked that I had eliminated all units.
Are there a lot of these refineries?
A handful. We know it.
Hey, are you two coming, or...?
The game will require us to blow up that gate post in about a second, so we'll take care of that. We'll actually pick up the sniper rifle. So the intended strat for this game, as you can probably kind of infer, is that Rico will use all this sniper ammo to hurt people down here. But we're not going to do that. We're actually just going to fly down and hurt people on the ground ourselves. And again, this is because it is faster. And the game doesn't force us to stay up on the ledge.
Follow me. I'll start downloading the files.
Hurry up!
I'm in there.
So, okay. Alright, there we go. So what's going to happen here is there's a spot over here where some enemies are going to spawn in a second.
Glad you're impressed,
But
we're not gonna last long here.
And, oh, I got almost all of them. That guy ran away. What a bum. What a bum.
I'm almost there. These security protocols are incredibly robust.
So,
Don't care.
again, I'm looking away because enemies are about to spawn in the direction I'm not looking. Also, we need pop tires because
Let's go.
popping tires save lives.
I'll cover it.
Pushing forward, Rico. Cover us. Here they come.
Also, the Magnum sound is broken
All
right
right, let's
now
move forward.
for reasons that are unclear. But I accept it.
Rico, come on us.
Breaking cover. Get our backs, Rico. Hit is huge.
Alright, that was pretty good. You're pretty good. So these guys are going to go up, and then they're going to fly away, and I'm going to latch on to the bottom of their chopper. This is a section of the game where things can go wrong. There is a non-zero chance that a missile chopper will spawn and hunt me down. And it only seems to happen when I forget that it can happen. So I'm hoping that because I remember it can happen,
Almost in the clear.
so it's not. I don't think it's coming. Alright, I think we're good. Wait, is that it? Is it coming? Oh no.
Get those guys, Rico!
I think it's... I think that's it. Alright. I've never done this in a run before. Let's go.
Rico, use your grapple thingy and latch on.
Oh no! No, just cause. Just cause. Just cause. Please, just cause. Oh wait, do I have to... Okay. Out. Alright, well, that boat's not... So this is actually... I've never actually gotten this to happen in a run because this happens so infrequently that this boat appears.
With your hacking skills, I'm surprised too.
Oh no, is hitbox lagging?
Hey, watch it, or I might go get you down there.
Oh boy.
Now, boys. Not bad, Rico.
Not bad.
Where's that boat? Just cause, please.
Enemies below! Take him out, Rico!
Alright, and there's a hell... Oh! Wait, where's that? Oh, there it is. Okay. I was like, why isn't that helicopter spawning? Come on, buddy. There you go.
Rico, we're clear.
Okay.
We'll get this info to Zima. Stay out of trouble.
Alright, this is actually kind of useful. Alright, anyway. We don't actually want this anyway. Because we have to blow up some monitors.
Use the information from refinery to construct prototype design.
Streamer, you need to spend your chaos to get better jump height?
But field test needed.
I think you're thinking of Just Cause 2.
We'll stay with Mario.
Or either that, or you're making a joke that I do not understand because I take everything too literally.
Hostile contact. All units to these coordinates.
Alright, so again, we're now at this part of the game where we're doing the second set of... we're liberating the stuff for the second part of the game. But because of the order that we've done things in, it's really going to be the last set of liberations that we need to do. No, okay.
Who's next?
Yo, guys, chill out. Alright, So again, we're just gonna have to finish this off. Alright, so now we're going to get introduced to the invincibility glitch. There's an invincibility glitch in this game. Unfortunately, it requires a bit of setup, so it isn't really useful. And also, the invincibility status that is granted by performing the glitch can get revoked by certain things. I keep forgetting I still have this sniper rifle.
Reinforcements have been sent to your position.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to blow up everything except the transformer.
Additional troops inbound. Sending air support to your location.
Alright, so now that we've returned our health, what we're going to do is... See, this is the problem. Oh, okay. Well, that was a juvenile mistake. But it's okay, there's a backup strat. We can just go to the next base, which might actually be easier to do with that.
Get him? What's going on? Report.
Out with the red and in with the...
So why does the game the reason the game gives you invincibility, I'm not quite sure how it works. You'll see what happens is that as I'm destroying the last piece of material in the base, what happens is if I kill myself just as that's happening, it can grant me this invincibility status. And so the setup I have for it is that I throw 2 grenades towards... Okay, this is the reason why you have to kill guys, is because otherwise what happens is your grenades just automatically get thrown, and then this happens, which is obviously not what we want to happen. The game doesn't want you dying whenever you're unlocking stuff. Is basically the reason.
This is HQ. Additional support incoming shortly. This is dispatch. Request received.
Oh, what?
Reinforcements en route.
Oh, where did I find my other explosives?
Sending additional
Oh, here.
ground
Okay, we're good.
location immediately.
Really? Alright. We're doing this the hard way. What should have happened there was that I would have died just as that was blowing up, but I didn't set it up right. The reason why it's important to do this here, and why it's annoying that I messed it up, is because there's a part in the game coming up where I need to do some hacking, and as you might have noticed earlier in the game, hacking can be interrupted by getting shot. And if you're invincible, you don't count as getting shot. The game doesn't count it as an interruption. So the benefit to that is that you can just hack and move on with your life. And it's much easier than what you're about to see me go through.
Let's go.
Which is going to be kind of trying. In fact, it's been a long time since I've done it this way. You know. No, if you stand right next to it, you will actually be invincible for like a few seconds. The game does not let you. The game will not let you do that, because that's the whole point. Is that you need to be a certain distance away. Alright, that wasn't too bad. One of the backup strats that you can use is you can try and hack these SAM sites, which will get the helicopters off your back, which does make a difference. Huh? Huh? Yeah. Wait, I didn't get it. You know, guys, we're gonna have a talk about this. Again, being invincible here means that I would just go hack this panel straight away rather than worrying about all this stuff. But since I messed up both of those setups, I have to do it the old-fashioned way. So this is going to be an interesting interaction. There we go. This is the main base of the second area, and what would happen here is, oh hey, 420 viewers, nice. What would happen here is that if you brought a vehicle to this base, you would immediately, the vehicle would get immediately zapped. There's like an EMP weapon.
Here comes the cavalry.
Oh no. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I mean, I could do that, but it's important that they die. And ammo's plentiful in this game, so it's not really a problem. Alright, anyway. We got that taken care of. So there is a strat here where you can attempt to sneak away with a helicopter. I've had about a 50% success rate with doing this, so we'll see if I can do this in the middle of a marathon. You kind of have to get the helicopter off the ground and then immediately go down. Okay. Alright, I think we did it. Yeah, we did it. Alright, we're good. We are good. Alright, this is really useful because, you know, rockets. We got reports of violence. Hate violence. I know the answer, Xcodes. I'm going to be too late to answer it, I think, but the answer is just cause. Yeah, someone beat me to it. Goddamn. Anyway, that was an outpost. Outpost is gone. One of the useful parts of having this helicopter is that it allows us to quickly get Havoc in this place, which is one of the longer towns to get Havoc in. Alright, so I'm going to attempt to park this helicopter. We're going to see how that works out.
Choppers are inbound. Repeat, choppers are inbound.
No, I just tethered the ground. Shoutouts to the ground. Anyway, this is the only gate in the game we're going to press the button on because it's hard to tether the top of that. Alright, so this place, you could do the helicopter for this. I'm just going to do this strat just to be safe because all these are real easy to destroy on foot. Well, disappointingly, I thought I had weapons. I didn't. That's okay. How many objects can I tether at once? Well, so when you start the game, you have two tethers, and obviously those things can be attached to, you know, 2 objects on each end. And you can attach the tethers to the same objects. That's certainly not, you know, something that you're prevented from doing. So, and you can do challenges to get upgrades and get additional tethers, but I think you can have up to 6 tethers if you do challenges and get the upgraded gear, but unfortunately, the benefits of having the upgraded gear does not outweigh the time spent doing those. So this is actually fun. I don't think I've ever actually babysat a chopper this far. That strat where you steal a chopper is actually a fairly recent invention.
This area is restricted. Immediate. Sending air support to your location. Enemy response teams en route to your position. Authorizing elite supply to
Wow,
your location.
Oh my god. Where, is there a Samsung here?
Tactical response
Hmm.
team at your
I don't know what did that. Oh well. Well, something to take note of for later. Oh, does it go up to 8 now? Okay. Maybe it might have been 8 altogether. I thought it went up to 6. I did 100% the game casually at one point. But a 100% speedrun would be unreasonable. I would say using the helicopter in that part can probably save about a minute because, again, the part that makes it really slow is having to cause all that havoc, and otherwise you'd be having to cause that havoc using your limited grenades, rockets, whatever else. But when you can just saturate the place, it's a lot. And then of course you also saw how quickly I could go past the other things. Anyway, this is the last military base that we're gonna blow up in the game. I think? Yeah, I think that's right. And typically we always do this one on foot just because it is difficult to deal with all the SAM sites that are otherwise constantly killing you. Ouch. Oh boy. Alright, we're good. We're all fine here. How are you? Yeah, how do you know? You ever flown in a helicopter? It could have infinite ammo. Yeah, every vehicle in the game does have infinite ammo. That is a good question to ask. Is this really still?
Take out that space commander.
No.
Can't be allowed to survive.
Alright, we're good. There we go. Oh, no, I think I know where I left the transformer. Oh boy, the frames. I needed those frames. Oh yeah. No, it took me a while to figure that out too. The power box on the, I didn't know that for a long time. I felt pretty silly when I figured that out. Oh, what transformer am I missing? This is sloppy. Oh. I do that sometimes, where I forget these won't automatically blow up. Because yeah, I thought I'd gotten them earlier. Alright, so now I just need to take care of the commander, and... Hey, Commander. Bye, Commander. Wait, I'm going completely the wrong way. Yeah, it's over here. We didn't need those frames anyway. Like that guy hiding behind the truck instead of actually trying to fight me. Respect that game. Alright, so that's the end of the last military base in the game. Alright, so now we're on to... No, that's I stream at 32, I spirits, believe me. So now we're on the last town in the game to liberate. We're getting pretty close to the end of Liberations here. It's going to be mostly missions from here on out.
Hello, citizens of Medici. Espia Alta's demolition occurred as scheduled.
Alright, there we go.
About it. The plans have been on display at your
I actually don't think I tell you that.
These coordinates.
Yeah, I didn't. Okay.
Inbound.
Like the rights of vacationing celebrities. Viva Medici!
This is HQ. We have additional forces converging on your position.
Don't go up the stairs. Really, bro? Yeah, the parade music is a good time. Can't fight the parade music. Oh, that was something. Okay. We're good. Alright, so then we got one more little town after this.
Group support inbound. Hang in there, ground team.
This town belongs to the people.
Oh. That was definitely intentional? Question mark? No, it wasn't. Would I still have invul at this point if I got it before? Question of God, the point at which I would have stopped having invulnerability would have been when I liberated that town. One of the things that causes you to lose the invulnerable state is liberating a town. Because I think that's one of the situations where the game makes you invulnerable because it doesn't want you dying while you're liberating a town. Alright, we're all done liberations!
All units converge on these coordinates, ASAP.
Alright, so now we're gonna fast travel again. We fast travel to challenges. Yeah, I think working for I don't know, yeah, working as the Ravello or the evil dictator, I don't know how that'd work out. Seems like it'd mostly be you being very disappointed in your henchmen. Alright, so this is an escort mission which we can't skip, sadly. But we do have some strats for keeping the convoy moving.
Head along, wherever, Rodriguez. I'm expecting trouble.
I have tried a bunch of things, because there are 3 cars in this convoy, and you kind of need all of them. I've tried picking one up with a helicopter and just moving it, but you know, you're only going to get so far.
No kidding.
This is not a speed strat. This is just sadism. Wait, what? What?
Soldiers!
Alright, 1,
Alive, people.
2, 3, 4.
Uncanny, don't you think, Rodriguez?
Wow. They're flaming corpses just shot out of that car. God damn.
Can you fix it?
Not the amount of time we have.
Let's see how far.
Again, so this is going to involve trying to end the checkpoints as quickly as possible, because there are going to be several checkpoints where I have to destroy enemies as I'm moving along.
Where do you think those soldiers came from, Rodriguez?
Yeah, that goat was the goatest of all time.
Not likely.
That's what that goat was.
They're targeting the truck with the EMP. Ravello, no.
This looks suspicious.
Hey guys. That guy looked real surprised I shot his friend in the head.
I'll clear a path.
Normally I'd have more grenade shells here, but I kind of messed up, so...
Can't move until you clear out the soldiers, Rico. Get to it. Alright, that's it. Let's go, everyone. Just to be clear, you're gonna owe us another favor after this one. Swing it around, Tio. They're coming from
Anyway,
behind.
yeah, you don't really ever need to use ammo in helicopters if they're close enough to the ground. Alright, let's roll the dice here and see if we get the weapon I want to get. So, we're going to have another situation. If you were here at the beginning, there was a large plane that I tried to blow up. And I was unable to blow this plane up. So what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and intercept another plane before it can drop off its paratroopers. And that plane is going to come right here. Any second now. Well, okay, so there's one thing I have to be careful about here. So I can't kill these guys until they have red triangles over their heads. Oh. Well, that was real lucky. Because if they had killed them before... Well, okay. Well, you know what, guys? I think I'm just winging this mission. I'll show myself out now. Should lead that more.
Just stay out of my line of fire.
More tanks incoming!
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Okay, we're good. We're good. We're all fine here. We're oh my god. We're you away. You also away. Alright, we're all fine here. What? You! Civilian! Away with you.
You're driving us right in front of a military base? Seriously?
We have to get out of here.
Alright, anyway, things are gonna be fine from here.
And now helicopters.
That was really the last thing that could go wrong. Helicopter. Bye. Sometimes they manage to touch the ground and survive. Usually, though, they try and struggle and things don't go so hot for them.
Let's get in there. We'll lose the choppers at least.
Alright, see this? He's gonna be like, wait, whoa, why did Annika just take so much damage? Alright, well, we gotta make sure Annika doesn't take any more damage.
I've got one.
Not now.
That's unusual.
Whoa! Simmer down, amigo. Fine. We'll talk later then.
Oh no! Hitbox, please!
Are we close enough?
Yes. Activate the device.
Here goes nothing.
Oh man. Hitbox is a just cause. Alright, so we're gonna go back to the base. Okay, so the next mission is a mission where we just gonna blow up waves of enemies. Waves and waves and waves and waves of enemies.
This looks deadly.
So the way to really optimize this is to just understand and manage the ammo and stationary guns, and also of course know where you know, people are coming from.
Stay away from the device. Unless they won't hit both their targets with one shot.
Yes. Wait, target.
Some military vehicles are coming in, Rico.
Mounted gun. Get to the mounted gun. Landing boat incoming. Danger.
Alright, so now instead of using more explosives that we have laying around, we're going to use the mounted gun to take out these guys. Yeah, shotgun rocket launcher is pretty hot, let's be honest. Okay. How many shells do I have? No, okay. Alright, so this is my least favorite weapon.
Incoming, Rico.
The unfortunate thing about this weapon is there's supposed to be a lock-on feature in this game, but it frequently breaks and doesn't really work. So unfortunately this means that lock-on weapons tend to not be very useful.
Rico, they're coming in trucks.
So I'm going to try and dumbfire at this thing, but it's going to be a mixed bag. Now it works.
Device almost charged. You can activate
Alright, so soon is the thing about the parachute a bug. What thing about the parachute? I'd be curious to know what it is you're referring to, because there's a lot of things about this parachute that don't really make sense.
No, I feel like $1 billion American dollars. Let's get them.
Anyway, if I were a paratrooper and I got shot by an anti-air cannon, I would be pretty upset. Just saying.
More soldiers coming in, Rico.
So anyway, this, oh, okay, it worked. You got it. Alright. As you can tell, I don't really use that weapon too often, because usually the lock-on is broken. The parachute being a flying device.
Primed.
I think that part's probably intended.
Success. Charging power cells again.
That should buy us some time to regroup. Restock your ammo.
Oh hey, it's my favorite gun in the game. Let's go. You know, I would agree with that. It doesn't really make sense of why it's hits good, but likewise, I will not complain.
Rico, paratrooper.
Alright, anyway, we can get a lot of these paratroopers with this AA cannon. Rico, thank you. Okay.
Radar shows gunboats incoming.
Alright, we're pretty close to this. Yeah, that's yeah, you got it, Fancore. Oh wait, I need to. So we take out the helicopters first. Oh.
Incoming helicopters. They're
Oh, that man abandoned ship.
Caution! Bavarian tanks!
We're actually... Okay, once you hear that, you know... Oh boy.
They are not messing around.
EMP primed again.
Alright, so now we can just blow this up.
Here, Rico. Enemy vehicles are in range.
Whoop.
We're doing fine without them, eh, Rico?
Alright, so now we just got a few more
Ouch.
guys we gotta take care of.
We've got more soldiers coming in.
And we're good! That was actually pretty good abandoned ship. Alright. Okay, so now we are going to do the other, second mission where we disable a super weapon. What if you swing the swords and guns come out? Would that be acceptable? Well, I totally messed that up. Anyway. So this is much the same as the first mission where we disabled a super weapon. I mean, what if it was a gunblade? If it was a gunblade that shoots guns? Because that would be a sword that could shoot guns.
Hello, pipes.
This discussion makes sense. And you know, honestly though, this discussion is kind of at home with Just Cause. This is the kind of thing they would have at Just Cause DLC. Yeah, that is one of the things I like about the wingsuit. Really makes Just Cause 3. I mean, Just Cause 2 is great. Don't get me wrong, but the wingsuit is just you know, what did the Pacha mean? Yeah, just me doing that, or Rico doing that. You know, whatever you want. Again, dive into water.
What happened?
Fastest way to go.
Hold your breath. Gate is hacked. Just keep following those pipes.
Rico. Oh, ow. It's okay. That's how you dive into the pool. So this is one of those situations where it's grabbing things in the foreground instead of what I wanted to grab.
This looks kind of familiar. Time to get to work.
Anyway, this weapon destroys things pretty good. I'm a fan. I would like it on Facebook. I don't even really like liking things on Facebook.
Rebel forces should be free to approach Corda Dracon.
The super weapons were things that we all pretty much ignored.
Oh, another way out.
I have the directional sense of a mule.
Rico, Rebel scouts have now been able to scan the interior.
This is not a stealth game. I do love stealth games. This is not a stealth game.
Practical.
So we're about to... one. This one is the one where I'm gonna need, you know, I need some luck. There's some RNG in this one. This mission features the dumbest AI in the game. The dumbest AI in the game is the Rebel plane. The Rebel plane needs a lot of encouragement, needs a lot of help. The Rebel plane is not smart.
Assistance requested at the Porto Cabo
So we're going over to this airstrip. Oh no, did Hitbox fail again? So we're going over this airstrip, and this airstrip is a place where we can save the rebel plane, which is trying to take off the wounded. But it also happens to be a place where we can both get a missile chopper, and also where a lot of enemies spawn. So the idea here is that what we can do is we can just use one battle. We avoid the second battle, which is especially good in this mission because the second battle is real slow. So completing the first one is fast on its own, but you know, a good idea in general. I just don't want this helicopter. So we gotta take care of these SAM sites before we get too crazy. Alright, the rebel plane is dumb. I want you to all, whatever kind of superstitions you like, I'm going to say some prayers for the rebel plane. The rebel plane needs your help. Apparently I need your help too, because nothing is spawning. Okay. No, stay away from the rebel plane. Oh, I just shot the rebel plane, didn't I? Alright, rebel plane's good. Alright, so what we're going to do now, instead of actually going to the next battle, we're just going to blow up things. Because it's way faster than actually trying to fight this battle. I think it's the same model of plane. What are you doing? You deserve to get blown up. Alright, so we're pretty close here. There we go. Also, welcome to Restart Last Checkpoint strats. Woo! Okay, so that immediately teleports us to where we need to go. It saves us a lot of time, because otherwise we'd have to travel like 3 kilometers, but instead, using Restart Last Checkpoint at that point puts us about 600 meters from where we need to be.
We've disabled the shielding around pocdTRILOGY. There are 3 generators inside. Take them out.
What now?
Who wants some indoor wingsuiting? I do.
Turbine to lower the blast shielding.
No, we're not going to use that here.
Yes, push forward, Rico. Destroying the turbine opens the cooling channel failsafe. Use it to access the generator room.
I don't know. Are goats necessarily more evil than cows? I'm not sure if I would buy into that. I think both animals are equally troublesome. Yo, alright, let's go. So in this part, I just need to destroy 3 generators. The 3 generators are powering this base, I guess. You know, we have to destroy them just cause. Is probably the answer. Alright, we got one. Typically you can destroy these each with a grenade. Did I mess that up? Yeah. That was a bad throw. Coats are... Oh my god. Yeah, man. All these people shooting me? This is mean.
That's it.
Get out of the Rico.
Alright. I mean, cows are sacred, depending on what you find sacred, right? I mean, I think I can think of some people who, yeah, who find cows sacred, but I'm not really sure if Just Cause is the appropriate environment for discussing what you might find sacred. Alright. Anyway, rinse and repeat. Let's go. Alright, so this is the last mission that we're actually going to take from this area, even though we spend roughly half the game taking missions from this area. This is Rico and the Rose. You might have heard me earlier, I talked about how the lock-on function in this game is spotty at best. The first few times I speedran this game, I would actually restart the game at this point so I could get the lock-on to work. But we actually, thanks to Arthanori, I think that was his name. Actually, it looks like lock-on was working right now, so maybe the most recent patch fixed that. I haven't had lock-on work for a while, and it doesn't matter anyway, because we're not going to use lock-on to solve this mission. As I mentioned earlier, the runner Arthanori figured out that this game actually has a cap on the number of missiles that can appear on screen at any one time. In this mission, we are pursuing an allied plane, while enemy jet planes fly past us, and we have to destroy those jet planes if we want to save our friend. But there's an alternate strategy, and the answer is we just spam missiles until we catch up with the friendly plane. Right, so you can see here, this plane is ahead of me, it's toward the mountain. It's actually going to end up arcing in this direction. And we're not going to pay any attention to those enemy planes that have clock speed. Also, shoutouts to Infinite Ammo and Vehicles. No hitbox. Oh boy. Well, I hope my explanation makes it through. If it doesn't make it through, let me repeat that I'm spamming missiles because it prevents the other planes from firing missiles. You might ask, what's going to happen once I board this plane? The answer is, I'm going to get a checkpoint. And all the planes are going to go away. Yeah, this game's actually a flight sim. Anyway, all the planes are gone. Not only are all the planes gone, but we're actually several kilometers closer to our destination. If I had done that mission as intended, blown up the enemy jet planes, and then hijacked this plane, I would be about 3 kilometers from the end point. But instead, we abuse the missile cap, and then we use restart last checkpoint, and we are done with the mission. Well, that guy was dying, so we didn't really We weren't really concerned about him.
Your marks may inspire our pilots.
He was already gone.
And you might learn something yourself, huh?
Is everything all right?
Alright, now it's time for an unfortunately boring mission that I have looked for ways to get around, but we have escorted a car and a helicopter. We've escorted 3 cars. Now we have to escort a train.
I'll take it to the train.
Because apparently
Okay.
we need to use this train to find another train. But do you guys know where both trains are? They're on train tracks. So I don't really know what the writing behind this mission is. But
We'll use it to catch up
we
to
gotta
the
escort the train.
to the rear.
Can't leave the train.
Are you expecting company?
Yes, so protect your train at all costs. I have a feeling our action will not go unnoticed. I will monitor
Yeah,
the
no,
progress.
I did have to land that plane. That plane was a plane that landed.
Okay, get ready. Your ride should be passing by any moment now. There it is.
Physics.
All right, Teal. I'm in position.
Good, Rico.
Physics.
I'm back and provide intel.
The train physics are real messed up. They're the source of many problems. Yeah, now I gotta follow the damn train. Spectacle, thanks. You can see Rico's pleased too.
Look out, Rico.
So there's some helicopters.
Take out those choppers.
We're gonna entertain ourselves by causing terrible things to happen to the helicopters.
On it.
Because that's pretty much most of what we can do. Yep. I would not join the helicopter squad if I knew Rico Rodriguez was coming into town. Oh wow, that guy survived. Did he survive? Did he? Huh? Huh? Oh wow. Good work, buddy. Oh. Alright, so we have to blow up the joint in the train here. Yep, because that happens.
That's pretty satisfying.
Ow, what? Physics.
You're having fun, Rico.
Terrible things can happen to you if you try to controlled fall onto the train. I don't recommend it. So anyway, we're almost done. I think this is actually the last helicopter we have to take out because what we have to do is we're going to go into another tunnel, and then we're going to do it through this whole same sequence again where I blow the connector to foil a train. And so once this happens, and it's important that I watch because trains have a habit of despawning. Alright, once this happens, we start to make our way off this crazy ride. So you might notice this jet plane here. And I had ignored this jet plane for a long time, but as it turns out, if you ever thought you couldn't take off on a jet plane you're wrong. You could do it. There you go. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go to where the train that we need to blow up is going to spawn, and then we're going to blow it up with this jet fighter.
The target is coming up fast. You don't need your train anymore. Maybe you could really do the other one.
Wait. Oh, I messed up. Anyway. Okay, so anyway, I've only done that a few times. But it's okay, we got backup strats. Ideally, you're supposed to fly the jet plane to where you need to go. But I messed it up, so...
For now.
So we're just gonna go to the next mission the old-fashioned way.
I'm sending you coordinates. Come see me.
I think I've actually done that once, because I just discovered that while I was practicing for Scrubathon. The fact that you can actually take off with a jet plane. I always assumed it wouldn't work, and then I said, hey, what if it worked just cause? And the answer is it did. Of course you can take off on a jet plane with it from a train car. Duh. So this is the prison escape mission.
Why are we here?
Why are we here? That's a great question. Yeah, so anyway, we blew up that track. That track is gone. We're done with trains. Trains are out. But if you thought escort missions were over, you're wrong. We'll be back to those in just a second. But this is a prison escape mission, which involves some praying.
Sure. Find and flip switches. Yeah, I think I got it.
Rico, come in! It's a trap! The rebellion forces are closing in!
Again, they're using control fall.
I was hoping you would grace us with your presence.
That should do it. Now for the terminal.
It's hopeless, Rico, for 10 years, but please continue. Eventually, your efforts amuse me.
Alright.
Ideally, there would be fewer enemies around when I'm trying to hack these, but, you know, if you gotta blow them up, you gotta blow them up. That's all you're gonna do.
Malika, we're closing in on the prisoners. Just a few more rooms.
That was heartbreaking.
Well, okay, that was interesting.
But if you insist on dying sooner rather than later.
Alright, same thing. Switches and then we go. There we go. Now, the terminal.
Ow. I don't know why they're turning colors like that. swear to God, that sniper shoots me.
Okay, here goes.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Hey!
I have to be close.
What makes you push me, Rodriguez? What makes you fight?
Alright. Blow up that generator. Oh, no, no, no! Rico! You had one job. Okay.
Rico, things just got hot real fast up here.
I love it when things get hot real fast.
are swarming the entrance of the mine. Get to the surface and help us out.
If you thought we were done popping tires, you would be wrong.
Thank you, Rico. These people are family.
Okay.
Welcome them home.
I always knew you were a big softie, deep down.
Yeah, tell someone and you'll see how soft I can be.
Alright. Guess what time it is? It's time to quit the game and then relaunch it. The reason that we do this is because there are a fixed number of starting locations when you start a game in Just Cause 3. And it so happens that the starting point of the next mission is so far away. And it also happens that the point where the game's going to load me in is immediately adjacent to where the start of the next mission is. So it's easier to just restart the game and then start the mission from there. This is even despite the notoriously long start loading time. Yeah, Van Voss, I would have to wonder if there is some relation between the technological protection measure in the game and the and its sluggishness. That's a curious thought. Alright, as you can see, we are now all the way in the northwest portion of the map. Very far away from where we were previously.
Hey, hate to bother you, amigo, but thought you might be interested in a Bavarian bomb about to leave the island.
And we're also going to do our last escort mission, where we get to escort a plane.
Find some time in that busy
Thanks,
schedule of
developers.
yours.
No, Iden RV. I could not fast travel because I had not, there were no markers in that portion of the map. So, you're right. Otherwise, I would just fast travel like I do for every other mission. But we can't do that because we don't have that available to us.
My intel says they're loading it onto a plane bound for, shall we say, less rebellious shores.
Anyway. The game wants us to drive around this little mountainous path, but we got better things to do. Oh, alright. It's kind of important to go off this straight.
That's all right, Rico. Drive on
Alright.
The bomb's on a truck inside. We'll take
Alright.
care of business once the bird is airborne.
One day I'm going to time that tighter. Alright, anyway. It's time to escort the plane. really like how kicking that guy causes him to just fly away. It's pretty excellent. Bavarian Bomb does sound like the name of a very good pastry. So anyway, what's going to happen here is we're going to get waves of jet fighters that come after us, but I'm a really bored and perverse person, so I'm just going to have them kiss each other for my entertainment. I hope this doesn't upset anyone. What do I just tether that to? I don't know. Plane physics might be worse than train physics. They're definitely closer related. Train physics are just kind of more arcane. Sometimes I accidentally tether falling pieces of debris. You know, you gotta live that life. What? High spirits! Why can't I have plane kissing? It's all I've ever really wanted from a video game. Is to make jet fighters kiss. Ooh, in silhouette. That's even more romantic. Rico's ability to stand on vehicles is something. What? What did I just tether that to? Did I tether that to the plane? You know what? We're just gonna take care of you. So, after a certain amount of time, I'm gonna get told to get back inside the plane. And that's, you know, when this mission will actually proceed. I could actually shoot these, but, you know, it doesn't really make a difference. Rico, thank you. One of the nice things about this mission is that it actually lets us explore, discover several settlements that we need to discover. Alright, anyway. We're done playing around. We're gonna do something crazy. No, it's controlled by the player. You hold down a button to make the tethers retract towards each other. Unskippable cutscene hype.
Does make a very pretty bomb.
Oh boy! Nice work! Catch you later, Rico! And thanks for flying Air Sheldon!
Like the new Coke, I'll be around forever. Shoutouts to really old jokes from The Simpsons, right? I don't know. I mostly remember Cosby Bebop. Shoutouts if you know Cosby Bebop. That's some old school stuff. starting to close in on the end game here. Now I'm going to fast travel back to here, pick up a fast travel flare, and then take a jet plane to the next mission. So this game is currently on version 1.04. Version 1.03 fixed some of the loading times, but one of the ways it did it was by causing vehicles not to spawn. So for a while, I would have to, like, I don't know, pray to make these jet planes appear. Wow, I just hit that person real hard. Hey buddy, watch out for the jet plane! Oh no! So anyway, we're flying to Watcher on the Wall. Watcher on the Wall is a mission where we kill waves of enemies. Bet she didn't see that one coming. Anyway, say goodbye to that jet plane, because it's gone.
This looks deadly.
I mean, you know, this isn't Wing Commander, this is Just Cause.
Oh, we're back at the Cove. How's it going?
No time
Alright.
to talk.
Hey, make sure you keep
So again,
those
we're just going to
supplies
try and
intact,
manage our
Rico.
explosives to
Remember
take out
that
these vehicles.
equipment.
Oh, I messed up. I thought I was far away, but I wasn't. Shoutouts to me. Remember, kids,
Rico, we're back at
when
the
you're
Cove.
using
How's it going?
your shotgun grenade launcher, you should probably stand back.
Hey, make sure you keep those supplies intact, Rico. The rebels need that equipment.
Yeah, amazingly enough, I'm not invincible. I surprise myself sometimes. Alright, this. Normally I would use this tank to destroy everything, but. Alright, well, that was kinda sloppy, but you know, no deal.
Brace yourself. They're coming again.
So for the next parts, we're just going to use these AA guns and play it safe. There's a strat where you can go out and take one of the helicopters and then get them closer to where the helicopters spawn, but we're just going to play it safe. It doesn't gain you that much time, it's the problem. That helicopter fades out of existence. No, I would not advise trying a 100% run of this game. I think that would be very unfortunate. There's a lot to do. Alright, so once we blow up these waves of helicopters, we're gonna get some jet planes that come in. So there's 2 waves of jet planes. Once we finish killing the 2 waves of jet planes, I get off the AA gun and then kill the enemy ground forces that have shown up. One thing I have to be careful about with these jet planes is that they have a tendency to fly into the things I'm supposed to be protecting. That might fly into the thing. Hey? Huh? Alright, we're good. We're good.
Rico, they took Xeno. Blew his cell and dragged him out. They're headed your way in a chopper, Rico.
Oh man, we might actually get to do the optimal strat, which is... Oh wait, what?
Rico, go to top of one.
Pick up the damn thing. I don't know, there's not as many items in this game as there was in Just Cause 2, but it would still be a lot of collectibles. A lot of collectibles.
Traitor, Rico. The rebels will hold the wall.
Sorry, Rico, for letting Xeno escape.
Alright, let's see, do we have lock on?
I'll take care of Xeno.
Oh, there we do. So that's the most optimal way if your lock-on's working.
Be taken care of.
A lot of people.
I mean, there are people, Janeo, who are willing to do real long speedruns, and I respect that game.
Yes,
That's a
it's
hardcore
about that
game.
time, old friend.
But, I'm not gonna do that. Alright. So now, we're gonna actually warp here, pick up a fast travel flare, and then go to destroy the 3rd super weapon. If you've been here the whole time, for some reason, you may remember the nuclear launcher that was attacking me while I liberated that base. We were probably going to shut that down. Did I go the right way? Yeah, I did. Yeah, okay. This is almost like real wingsuiting. Oh yeah, the vehicle collectibles are real fun, especially the last boat. The last boat is something else. Yeah, I think Ixa, if you wanted to do a particular one, I might recommend doing like all liberations in a particular province. I think those might be fun. I could definitely see those working out. So we're pretty close. This is the, I think this is the 3rd to last mission? Yeah.
Right, here's some pipe.
Oh, wait.
You know the drill. Follow pipes.
Gotta get a wingsuiting start. Oh yeah, I mean, surely we can define an arbitrary category, but it's gonna be real confusing to have 100% that's not the in-game 100%. But you know, you can do what you want.
But fight against the rebellion against Bavarian will continue.
I'm ready for that.
Good.
Alright, we're getting... I would have wingsuited that all the way, but... Oh. That's weird. I guess if you go far enough left over there, you get clipped by the nuke. That's never actually happened before. Hey, speedrunning marathons.
Guess I knew that would be locked.
Gate hacked.
Oh yeah, Cordelian runs Xenogears. That guy is crazy. Also, fun stream.
A room full of white jackets. Power node to be made.
Alright, let me see if I can actually do this with Fire Leech. This is a really bad idea. Hey! It worked! The wonders never cease.
Echo W has been disabled. We are now free to approach Falco Maximo and destroy knowledge of Bavarium.
You're almost there, Pima.
Yes, I am. Ah, as predicted.
All
Take
right.
the way out.
Oh yeah, the problem here, unfortunately, is that... Alright, whatever, we're just gonna go. Ideally, you would be able to grapple and cancel several times without dipping into the water, but it's sort of a tight squeeze. Alright, so one of the things we're going to do here is we need to get closer to Falco Maxime so we can actually take advantage of free fast travel.
Rico, the time has come to tear down the last of the Ravello's Central Command strongholds. Come see me.
Which is this direction. Alright, so now we can actually take advantage of fast travel, which we would need to go to here. Thankfully, in that airplane mission, we unlocked this point, so we can actually just fast travel there. Did we come to a generator with Under Lake earlier in the game? Yeah, that's about the midway point. That was at the end of the second set of missions in the game. So here we go. This is the last war mission. Here we're probably going to do 2 battles because it's kind of hard to get enough enemies on the first battle to pass the mission. So you'll notice earlier, at the beginning of that plane mission, I picked up a machine gun different than the one I've been using for most of the game. The main reason I do that is for right here. I like having the more accurate machine gun for taking out these snipers. Usually you can get them from a pretty fair distance like that.
Clear. Push forward. Rico, take out the sniper so the troops can advance safely. Nothing can stop the revolution. We're snipers. Take them out, Rico. That's it.
Alright, so that's the first battle. Now there's going to be another battle. It's just a set of tanks. Kind of like the one we did at the beginning of the game in the first area. Is that, what are you? Hey there, buddy. Sometimes you get helicopter spawns here. Oh no! No, no, no. Get out, get out. And sometimes your friends do that. Oh wait, here we go. Oh, this is real dangerous. Okay. If it flew into the building, I'd probably just die. Anyway, this is really useful. Because obviously we can kill lots of dudes real fast with it.
They have too many armored units. Rico, if you can hack the SAMs, we can fly in air support.
so we're almost done here. We just gotta blow up a few more guys. Alright. Did I get a checkpoint? We're gonna believe I got a checkpoint.
Rico, it's time. Come meet me at the Central Command Tower.
This was another plane that had a tendency not to spawn. But here we are now. So we just have to fly this distance. Unfortunately, twice at the end of this game, we just have these sequences where the game just makes us get in a jet plane and fly a distance. So that's the life that we're gonna live. Yeah, no, Diravello is definitely afraid of airplanes. Alright, so we're pretty close. This is the second to last mission in the game. And the last mission will be the final boss, and we'll see if I can get the final boss strats to work. Let's hope they do. Because no one likes choking on the final boss. It's just not fun. Alright, so again, to start the final boss, we use one of the checkpoints that we got here. We're still probably about 6 or 7 minutes off from finishing the game. If I quick kill the boss. We're probably about 6 or 7 minutes. Oh yeah, well Command & Conquer, I mean, if I were going to learn how to make bases, I would definitely learn it from Command & Conquer, because those bases always stayed in one piece. Alright, Son of Medici. Going for the finish. Engineer cheese in Command & Conquer was great. So in this mission, we are going to again fly a jet plane towards some distant locale. Specifically, a volcano, because for some reason the evil dictator that we have now overthrown decided to take his helicopter to a volcano.
We'll meet you there.
Well, that was a special thing. Again, the reason that happens is because I'm mashing E, and sometimes if I'm mashing E too early, Rico goes into wingsuit mode, but you can't really go into wingsuit mode there because the ground, or in that case the jet plane, was right there.
Oh, Rico, I've been thinking. What are you planning on doing when we're done with the revolution and we have freedom and everything? What's next? I don't know. I haven't really thought about it. Well, it's time to start thinking, Frate. Okay, what are you going to do? I was kind of thinking of going into business, you know? Turn some of my garages into dealerships and become a salesman, eh?
Really?
So the strat that I'm going to use, I mean, the normal strat for fighting this guy is just to try and make his helicopter flip over so he falls, you know, crushes to the ground. But the strategy that I'm going to try and use first is I'm going to try and drop a plane on the final boss. I got this to work once pretty well. I haven't got it to work since then in a practice run.
Chopper is Beferial.
Yeah, Ravello has one of those invincibility choppers from the beginning of the game. So again, what we're going to do is we're going to jump. We have to do another sequence. This game is towards the end it gets a little silly with making you wait to do things. So we're going to fly down here. Again, you know, go from point A to point B. And then we're going to get another cutscene where the final boss shows up. And what we're going to do now is try and bait the final boss towards us. And then we're going to try and drop the plane on him. And I mean the plane. I'm not talking about a small jet plane. I mean the big one.
Come on, kill that bastardo, Rico!
We're all with you, Rico. Get down there.
As I said, I managed to do this once before, and it's a pretty good time. Oh, I missed him. God damn it. Well, Plan B. Alright, well, you know, it was a nice thought. Hey! We got him. That's the normal way you kill him. So the time will end when I shoot him. I'll point out. We got like another minute 20 until it happens. This is also unskippable, unfortunately. Yeah, this was the bad guy. He showed up in a few cutscenes. Hey, he's a dictator, I guess. So he's gonna have a line upcoming when he says "imperialist dogs." The prompt when you basically when you hear the gunshot is when time is called. So he's gonna say, "I've allowed these imperialist dogs." When he says dogs, he gets shot. And he got shot. GG. All right. Well, that was a ton of fun. Thank you so much to Elma Goose for letting me play this very silly game during Scrubathon. It was a great time. I had a great time playing. I hope you all enjoyed it. And that's pretty much it. I can feel free to cut me. Speedrunning's great. Have a good night, guys.